I'm going to get started in just a few minutes. And I'm going to get started. Hiya, and welcome back to Home Somewhere Else. The game that teaches us that, hmm, hmm. The game that teaches us that Doosan is going to go down. He's going down. Anyways, let's just hop right in. With all your strength, you can finally see the room around you. You see a familiar figure sitting on the floor by your side. Fred. His head is hunched forwards. The man's eyes are open, but you're not even sure if he's alive. Fred? Fred, he's waking up. I'll go fetch some water. You see a familiar rabbit jump up from her chair and rush out the door. The sudden movement and confusion makes your heart race. Fred seems to snap out of his lethargy and looks straight into your eyes. He starts to cry almost instantly. Chad, it's so good to see you awake. You look into Fred's eyes. They're sunken in with dark rings around them. He looks like he's been through more hell than you have. Fred, are you okay? Chad, don't worry about me. You're the one that's injured. Hiya. I've been through worse. Like a horrific wave of pain and anger, you see them. Hold on! Thony and Kathy being carried away by that demon. You quickly sit up, your eyes gleaming red. Where is he? Where's Kathy and Thony? You feel like vomiting in an instant. A skull-splitting headache makes you writhe in pain. As if your head wasn't hurting enough, it's coupled by a piercing abdominal pain and feels as if you've just been viciously stabbed. Yo, buddy, chill. Fred gets onto a knee and places his hands on your shoulder, helping you sit up slowly. You can't be moving so fast. You're in critical condition, so take it easy. Please? You nod at the man as you rest your back against the wall behind you. What happened? And where am I? You look around the room. The walls have been ravaged by old age and with many of them discolored or draped in cobwebs. I went to the park to meet up with you and Kathy, but when I got there, I found you beaten within an inch of death. I brought you to the cafe and we've been taking care of you since. Jenny arrives with the bottle of water. She crouches down next to Fred. What? Really? How long have I been out for? It's been, 4 days. What? That can't be. There's no way I was gone for that long. The shock of it all makes your muscles clench up, sending another wave of pain right through you. Ugh. You lurch forward, feeling tears beginning to form around your eyes. Chad, please stay calm. Everything's fine. I swear to God, if we have network issues, I'm going to be so mad. Fine. Everything's fine? Yeah? In what ass backwards world do you live in? How the hell is everything fine? I've been in a coma for 4 days. Kathy and Thony could be dead or worse yet with that motherfucker. Yes, Chad, but what? Are they actually safe? Did you go and save them from that monster? No, Then we need to shut up and quit wasting time. We have to save them for fuck's sake. You don't understand how scared they were. You didn't look into Kathy's eyes and not be able to do a single thing to help her. I can still hear Thony's cries, Fred. I still remember what it looked like when the light left his eyes. I fucking failed them. They saved my life and I let them get taken away. You stare daggers at the German Shepherd, who just looks at you visibly shaken. Why are you even here? Wasting your time when you could have saved them. But Chad, you're badly hurt and... Who cares? I'm not worth saving. They are. But... God damn it, Fred, you don't get it, do you? I don't matter. When did you get so fucking stupid? The sudden slap made your whole head turn away from Jenny and Fred. A bitter sting begins to form on your cheek as you look at the wooden floor. You look back to see Fred glaring at Jenny with absolute terror. Yeah. What the hell, Jenny? What are you doing? Jenny silences him with a single bone-chilling glare. I'm doing what you should have done days ago. What? Chad, look at me. You can't help but remain frozen in place, your stomach turning cold as lead. Look at me! You quickly look up at Jenny and are greeted by her hauntingly serious glare. Her big eyes pierce deep into your soul, filling you with fear and regret. You could never imagine Jenny being so livid. I've had enough of your shit. I like you a lot. You've been a great help, but I will no longer let you treat Fred like trash. You've made my best friend feel like garbage since the first minute he met you again. All I've seen you do when he's around is emotionally thrash him around. And sure enough, even after things got better between you two, even after he spent every hour taking care of you for 4 full days, he's been worried sick about you. Do you have a single clue what Fred has been through? Do you want to know how many meals he's had in the past 4 days? Or how many nights he's been sleeping on that piece of shit chair? And what thanks does he get? You going apeshit on him and acting like an ungrateful, whiny bitch. What's wrong with you? Jenny, stop. No, you stop. Where's your self-respect, Fred? You let him walk all over you every chance he gets and you just swallow it like you're his mindless bitch. The Fred I know would never have allowed anyone to treat him like this. Chad, I know you got the shit beat out of you, and I know Thony and Kathy are in danger. And trust me, we'll take care of that son of a bitch very soon. But that gives you absolutely no right to treat your friends like shit. Much less Fred of all people. Apologize to him, not just for your little outburst right now, but for the past few days you've been acting like an ungrateful, rude bitch. Or I'll actually kick your ass. Note to self, don't piss off Jenny. The rabbit stares you down as silence fills the room. Fred seems absolutely distraught, remaining motionless with his jaw on the floor. After a moment, Jenny shakes her head in disappointment. Drink your water, eat your food that Fred made for you, and get better. Jenny unceremoniously places a water bottle next to your bed. And be a man, for God's sake. Jenny gets up in disgust and walks to the open door. If you care about Kathy and Thony, that is. Jenny slams the door behind her, leaving you and Fred alone in the rundown room. A wave of guilt washes over you. Exactly! Your gaze slowly sinking to the sheets laying over your legs. The door suddenly opens once again. I'm not actually mad, by the way. Jenny slowly closes the door this time. Wow. Yes, Chad. Wow. You sit there, completely lost for words. Fred says nothing, his gaze looking away from you. An almost unbearable silence fills the room as Fred finally looks back at you. He seems awestruck by what just happened, his eyes widen and mouth slightly agape. You can't help but look at him with a defeated gaze, shrugging your shoulders and sighing. You know you deserved everything Jenny told you, if not more. I'm going to give you a minute, okay? I'll be right back. Fred slowly rises from the floor and makes his way to the door. He opens it and leaves without so much as looking back at you. I should make screwing things up my full-time job. You slump back onto the bed, looking at the ceiling as you contemplate your failures. Why am I like this? Why do I always ruin the good things in my life? I thought I was at least decent enough not to hurt those I love. But I can't even say that. Since when have I been such a monster? Why do I get so angry so quickly? I never used to get this mad. What happened in the past decade made me like this? I used to be better about these kinds of things, but now I just mess everything up. You grip into the bed sheets, your claws sinking deep into the fabric. It's so damn frustrating! Your eyes start to release hot tears as you clench your jaw. You want something to distract you from the rotting pain in your chest. Why do I always treat Fred like shit? He's one of the only people left who I can think of who actually cares about me. He's always taken care of me. If it wasn't for him, I might actually be dead. I know I used to be nice to him. We were never like this in the past. No wonder why Jenny was so mad. I deserved that slap. God, I fucked things up. But I can make things right. I can be better. I need to apologize to Fred and Jenny. I can't continue this cycle of being mad and then feeling like shit afterwards. I don't know why I'm like this, but it needs to end. Oh God, what about Kathy and Thony? Are they okay? Please be okay. I can't lose you two. The tears really begin to pour as you relive the fight. The image of Thony's unconscious body makes your heart sink as you begin to sob. Kathy, Thony, I'm so sorry. You feel your chest begin to feel heavy the more you silently cry. You failed them. You hate to admit it, but there's no other words for what happened that day. You failed them. The tears continue to flow on and on. What exactly is going on? I can't stop thinking about them. Why did we have to go through all this? Why did they have to suffer too? After everything they did, I couldn't help them when they finally needed me. You lay there alone. Before long, the tears begin to dry up and your lungs no longer ache. The sound of creaking steps catches your attention. You slowly turn your head, expecting someone to enter. Chad, can I come in? Yeah, come on in. Fred slowly opens the door and steps inside carrying a towel in his arms, being careful to close the door softly behind him. How are you holding up, buddy? I know you think Jenny is mad, but she isn't. I'm sorry, Fred. Don't be sorry, buddy. You must have gone through a lot these past few days, so I understand why you were upset. Fred, I'm sorry for everything. The way I've treated you not only today, but in the past few days as well. I just wish I could take back everything I said. Every single cruel word since you found me at the park. I can't believe I punched you, of all people. Okay. I should have never been so heartless to you. You've always been there. You have every right to be mad at me, after everything I've done to you. But I'm not. But you should be! Why have you been giving me so many outs when I treat you like shit? The Fred I knew would have never let anyone treat you the way I have. If anyone else would have treated you like I did, you would have painted the sidewalk with them. Even Jenny knows you'd never take anyone's shit. So why do you take it from me? Why? Listen, Chad. Despite what Jenny said, I'm not your mindless bitch. The reason I rolled with your punches was because I was afraid I was going to lose you again. I didn't want a repeat of what happened at the park. When I saw you that day, all I wanted to do was hug you. But at the same time, it felt like I was in a nightmare. Seeing you die ruined me, Chad. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. It fucking destroyed me. I lost my best friend. I lost my will to keep going. Hell, the damn birds don't even sing like they used to. The sun rises, but it never shines, Chad. Seeing you again was too much for me. I should have handled things better. I grabbed you for God's sake. I invaded your personal space and threatened you. So that punch was justified in my eyes. For me, I was okay with you being mad at me and lashing out. I just can't forgive myself for what I did to you. I guess I was hoping that maybe it'd make up for what I did. Even a small amount was good enough for me. Considering everything you went through, it wasn't my place to get mad, I guess. Maybe it doesn't make sense to you, but after all these years, it made perfect sense to me. But here we are. Fred. I do agree with you and Jenny. Maybe I've taken more shit than I should have. But it was better than being on your bad side, you know? Trying to rebuild our friendship mattered more in the long run. Again, you may think it was dumb or stupid or whatever, but I thought it was worth it. You finally begin to understand why Fred was treating himself like this. You appreciate him taking so much abuse for you and going the extra mile just to see you smile. But it isn't right, and you know that you can't let him hurt himself just to make you happy. You don't have to deal with my anger anymore, Fred. You officially have the right to kick my ass. Fred looks at you with a startled look, but you just pat him on the shoulder and smirk. You've done more than enough for me, and you don't deserve to be treated like garbage. Not from anyone, and especially not from me. I may or may not take you up on that offer. Fred's timid demeanor finally breaks as he starts chuckling. You follow suit before the two of you return to the conversation. Can I just say one more thing real quick? Sure. Don't take this the wrong way, but remember when we used to make fun of people for spewing random nonsense whenever they got angry? You and I both know my little outbursts were different. I know, but still, it's kind of weird seeing you fly off the handle. It really caught me by surprise, to be honest. I've never seen you so angry. I'm not saying you're anything like those people that would spew toxic bullshit from their mouths when they're pissed off, only to end up regretting it immediately afterwards. Well, I do regret everything I said and did, so I guess I'm not that far off. Maybe? The thing is, You used to be so cute and subdued. Cute? Quiet? I meant so quiet and subdued. You used to keep to yourself when we were younger. It feels like you've gotten more hot-tempered since we met again. I honestly didn't know if it would get worse had I done something to set you off. Yeah, I know. I don't get it either. I'm not trying to make excuses, but this isn't how I used to be. All this anger and hate feels so alien to me. I don't even know why I feel like this. Why have I become so angry? I'm sure it has to do with the 10 years you've been away. Honestly, I want to say that's the reason, but I can't place the blame on whatever happened. Is it something that worries you? There's no point in denying it now. Yeah, it scares me. And it's something I've learned to hate about myself. Can I be honest with you? Of course. That's why I'm here, buddy. I've been so angry these past few months. So much so that all I wanted to do was forget everything and everyone. I just wanted to pretend like I've never even been here in Marimabo. Like the past 10 years never happened. Like you never existed. But it was so painful. No matter what I'd do, I'd always see a photo of the two of us. I'd start thinking of you, and sure enough, you came back into my life no matter how hard I tried to push you away. When you have no future, the past is all you've got. But I was too angry to realize that. I don't know what happened to me during those missing years. I need to find out the truth. Your face turns all red as you look at the man. Can you help me? Of course. I'll always be there for you, just like you've been there for me. I promise. Thank you. And I'm sorry. Again. Don't be sorry, Chad. We've just got to keep moving forward, you know? Yeah. But, before we do anything else, we need to save Thony and Kathy. We can't leave them there with that monster. Of course. That's the first thing on the agenda. Fred looks over your bandaged torso, looking slightly worried. Well, getting better takes priority. But for what it's worth, Kathy and Thony are doing okay, apparently. I saw Kathy dropping off Thony with that guy. It's not the best situation, but it really could be a lot worse. You feel a massive weight lift off your shoulders. A part of you was still unsure what their fates were. Thank God they're okay. Thanks for telling me. I was planning on mentioning it when you woke up, but, you know. Sorry. Don't be. It's in the past. Anyhow, go ahead and eat something. Please, I made this soup specifically for you. I had to hit Jenny's hand with the spoon when she was trying to get a sip. Aw, come on. Jenny deserved a little at least. She did Actually, the soup was supposed to be for the three of us. But when I went downstairs to talk to her, she said she lost her appetite and was going home for the night. More for us, I guess. Damn. Sorry for killing the mood. It's alright. She's not mad, by the way. You shoot Fred a raised eyebrow. Press X to doubt. Huh. Well, thank you anyways, Fred. I do want to go to the bathroom before I eat. Wait. So, I was knocked out for 4 days. Yeah, I actually did press X. Right? Yes. How did I go to the bathroom? You don't want to know that. Fred looks at you with a deeply concerning look, his eyes firmly locked with yours. But you don't want to know, Chad. Alright then, but why didn't you take me to the hospital? That's, something we need to talk about later. But it's been 4 days, and I'm not even wearing the same clothes. Wait. I'm wearing underwear, right? You look at Fred. He nods slowly as sweat begins to pool around his neck and forehead. Yep, you sure are, buddy. You look down, feeling the blanket's texture rubbing against your thighs. Oh god, please don't tell me. You quickly throw the blankets off your legs, finding yourself butt-ass naked. Mortified at the horrific realization, your arms shoot down to your crotch to hide your shame. Ah! You saw my dick! And my ass. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. You bury your red face into your hands, mortified and embarrassed beyond words. Don't worry, man. It's not a big deal. What do you mean it's not a big deal? If it'd make you feel better, I can show you my pee-pee. Deal? Fred grabs his package before starting to slowly unzip his pants. Jokingly. Ah, you can't just do that. Why are you like this? Fred bursts out into maniacal laughter. Your face is so hot and red it could fry an egg. You know, I'm glad to see some things never change. You may have gotten buffer and acquired an anger issue, but I still know how to make you blush. Just tell me where the damn bathroom is. It's the door right in front of this one. Before you can move out of the bed, the German Shepherd hands you the towel. If you really want to cover up your jewels, here you go. Fred continues to snicker as you do your best to cover yourself up with the white cloth, blushing all the while. Let me out of this hellhole. You try to get up on your own and... A sharp pain pierces your abdomen, followed by a horrific tingling that ravages your legs. You can barely sit up on the bed, remaining firmly in place. Fuck. Whoa, take it slow, please. You're still really injured. The sight of seeing you in pain immediately sobered Fred up, his face going from giddy to concern in a heartbeat. Let me help you up. Thank you. Of course. Fred holds onto your arm and places it around his neck. He uses his other arm to lift you up slowly. He acts like a crutch as you both walk to the door, one slow step at a time. The pain in your legs is unbearable. A million tiny needles feel like they're piercing deep into your muscles. Don't worry, I've got you. When the two of you finally exit the room, you find yourself in a long hallway. Further down the corridor, you can see what looks like a living room, a dim light illuminating the way. You look directly in front of you and see an open door. Must be the bathroom, like Fred said. The two of you enter the room, Fred flicking a light switch on the way inside. Can you stand? I think so. Can you sit me down on the toilet, though? Sure, just try and walk with me. The bathroom is somewhat large yet barren. A bathtub sits on one side of the room, a toilet and sink on the other. Each step becomes easier than the last. However, though the pain is still very much there. You sit yourself on the toilet, letting out a sigh of relief as your feet finally get some rest. Are you going to be okay? I can leave you alone if you want. Yes, please. I can manage from here, thank you. Take all the time you need. I'm going to be in the kitchen cleaning up the mess I made earlier. I'm not sure I can walk that far. Can you help? Of course, man. I gotcha. Anyways, be right back. Thank you, Fred. The German Shepherd nods politely before walking out of the bathroom, closing the door behind him. You take your time and do your stuff. Oh, thank God. You're happy to finally be walking again, although in a limited capacity. You walk to the sink and wash your hands and face. The ice-cold water perks you right up. You look at yourself in the mirror, noticing your beaten and battered body. There's bandages wrapped tightly around your ribs and stomach. Your arms are lacerated and your face has a couple bruises. But other than that, you're surprised that there's no cuts or scrapes visible. Not even on your face. Damn. I got fucked up. I didn't even stand a chance. Nothing I did seemed to even bother him. Well, nothing except... You look at your hand. Looks unharmed by the fight. You slowly get into a fighting stance and take a deep breath. You bring your fist back and... You can barely move without seething pain spiking through your body. Maybe. Now's not the time. As if the pain wasn't enough of a deterrent, you catch a whiff of your musk and it's unpalatable, to say the least. Good God, I need to shower. Just because I nearly died, that doesn't mean I should smell like death. You head to the door and pry it open, just enough for you to speak into the hallway. Fred? Yo, are you doing okay? Yeah, but can you lend me a hand, please? You quickly hear a set of feet speed walk towards you. You see Fred approaching you with a smile on his face. You step back and let him in. Sup? Can you help me take these bandages off? I need to take a bath. If it's okay to take a bath, that is. I don't know whose place this is. Of course you can shower. Also, you should be healed up by now, so we won't need them anymore. You get close to Fred, who carefully feels your abdomen with his warm fingers. You do your best not to blush as he slips his fingers under the wraps. Hey! Easy there, partner. I'm just trying to get these bandages off. He finally finds the end of the bandage and starts unwrapping the bloodied cloth. It takes a couple of minutes to undo all your wraps, but Fred seems laser focused on making this as comfortable for you as possible. Sometimes his hand will glide over a sore spot, but before you can complain, he's already attentive to your pain and avoids the area. Soon enough, there's a pile of cloth on the floor, and Fred smiles joyfully, seemingly pleased to see you all healed up. And there we go. All done. Thank you, Fred. No problem, buddy. Trust me when I say you look 1,000 times better than when I found you. The worst is behind us. All you need is a good meal and an even better night's rest. Fred looks so pleased. It's almost like he looks accomplished to see you doing well again. I know the place doesn't look the fanciest, but there's soap and shampoo in the tub, and you can use one of the towels to dry off. Alright, I'll try to be quick. Take all the time you want. I know this suggestion may be pushing it, but I think you should take a hot shower tonight, or at least a warm shower. I know you've always liked to have an ice-cold bath, but please, warm yourself up. Alright, I'll give it a try. It's been a while since I've had a hot shower, you know? Of course, but no pressure, okay? I'll leave you be. Fred smiles one more time before leaving you alone in the bathroom. You look down at the bloodied and sweaty bandages. You're surprised you made it this far. You hang your towel on the rack and step into the bathtub, closing the shower door behind you. You reach towards the two faucets and notice each one has a letter, C or H. You hesitate at the thought, but you turn the hot water faucet and take a deep breath. The water comes out frigidly cold at first, startling you until turning nice and hot. You feel yourself loosen up as the warmth buries deep into your muscles. This feels so weird. God, this feels great. You feel your face become slightly red as you add soap to your hands and begin to scrub your abs and abdomen, massaging every inch of your worn-out body. The last time I had a shower this nice was at Fred's house. If the shower is this nice here, it must be amazing at Kathy's house. In an instant, the memory of Thony and Kathy laying on the park floor sends a shiver up your spine. You breathe in the steam and try to relax, doing your best to think of better things. I need to trust Fred. They're going to be okay. We're going to save them. Kathy, Thony, please be safe until then. It's hard to think of anything else besides the hot water. You turn the cold knob a little so the heat isn't so intense. With a little adjustment, the shower is perfect. Considering everything that happened, this is the one thing you needed to unwind. You scrub your legs, thighs, and ass with soap before rinsing yourself off. Soon enough, you're done, although you'd gladly stay here forever. The thought of Fred's food and that pruny feeling in your hands is enough to make you call it a night. You open up the curtain and grab the towel hanging on the rack, drying off your fur the best you can. Although the shower made you feel great, the hot water did a great job hiding the burning pit in your stomach. You're absolutely starving. Furthermore, your abdomen and back are still in quite a lot of pain, not to mention you still need to get used to walking again. After you're done drying your feet, you nervously pull back the shower door and pray you don't slip. You hold onto the wall until you can reach the bathroom door. You quickly wrap the towel around your waist before making your way into the hallway. You have to lean yourself against the wall. You feel so weak compared to how you felt in the shower. You look down the hallway and notice the living room area looks empty. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold up. Is this the video that you're talking about? Let me, like, pull it up real quick.
Did you wash your ass today?
As you walk down the corridor, you notice the room has a long dining room table, a dozen chairs, a sizable sofa, and a myriad of other pieces of furniture. As you make it to the end, you're greeted by a delicious aroma. You do your best to walk unsupported as you spot Fred. Fred? Fred notices your voice and turns around. Huh? Oh, hey, dude. How's the shower? You take a few steps forward, trying to find something to hold on to. It was good, but where did you put my... Before you can grab onto the kitchen counter, the world spins around as your legs give out from under you. Whoa, buddy! Fred drops his wooden spoon onto the floor as he runs to catch you, saving you from a nasty fall onto the hard tile floor. Are you okay? You look back at him feeling lightheaded. The pain in your stomach is too much to handle. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't mean to be a burden. Don't be afraid to call for me when you need it, alright? But No buts. I put your clothes near the chimney so they can be nice and warm for you. Thanks. Can you help me to the chimney, please? Don't you want to change in your room? I can carry you there if you want some privacy. Considering I'm half naked and the godless amount of times you've seen my penis, I'm okay with changing in front of you. Sure. You notice the man chuckles while looking away. His cheeks a rosy red hue. Fred effortlessly lifts you up and supports you as you carefully walk towards the near fireplace. Alright, Fred, I got it from here. Thank you. Sure, man, no problem. I'll go get us food. Fred walks towards the kitchen. The warmth from the fire makes you smile as the heat radiates throughout your body. You slip on your warmed up boxers, the shirt from the fight, without any blood thankfully, and your jeans. With all your remaining strength, you make your way to the couch and slump down onto it. Your legs feel like they're made of toothpicks, considering how shaky they were under your weight. You look over to see Fred carrying 2 bowls of soup. He gets comfy on the spot beside you before handing you a bowl. Thanks for the food. Honestly, I could probably eat the whole pot of stew. Have as much as you want. It's all for you now, buddy. A part of me was afraid you were never going to try my food again. You look at Fred, whose face still looks withered and drained. Seeing him smile makes you feel better, but you can tell he's been through the ringer. Oh, Fred, I'm sorry. Although your energy is almost non-existent, you place a hand on the man's shoulder, gently rubbing it. Don't be sorry. All this has been worth it to me. The man looks back at you with his exhausted smirk, glad to have you by his side. I also managed to wash your clothes while you were passed out, including your boxers. Thank you. You're welcome. Let's get some food in you. I made you a simple soup for now, at least until you have the energy to eat more substantial foods. Water, chicken, carrots, celery, angel hair spaghetti, salt and pepper. Something is better than nothing, right? Sounds delicious. I love hospital food. Hey! I made it myself. No, I mean it, really. I really like hospital food. I never understood why people would hate on it so much. I guess it depends on the hospital. Oh, that's right. You got hospitalized in Miramabo General, right? Yeah. Honestly, the only things I remember are the food and the nurses. Both were really nice. Not to mention I got to eat a ton of ice cream. That was great, not gonna lie. I went because of... Fred notices your shoulders start to slump, your eyes focused on the floor. Oh, right. Hey, man. Thinking about that kind of stuff on an empty stomach is never good for you. Fred nudges your shoulder and motions you towards your soup bowl. Plus, there's other things to worry about now, okay? Yeah, you're right. There you go, buddy. Thanks. You hold the soup close to your nose and take a nice whiff. The dish smells delightful. You take the spoon and start eating. Take it slow, it's still kinda hot. You nod before sipping on the broth. The hot liquid burns your lips a little, but not enough to stop you from eating some of the veggies and chicken. The soup is deliciously simple. The tender chicken, well-seasoned broth, and chewy vegetables fill your heart with joy. The savory warmth reminds you of the night you had stew with Kathy and Thony. Something about the conversation you three had feels poetic right now. Kathy was right. It feels like this food is imbued with Fred's soul. It's everything great about him in a bowl. The two of you enjoy each other's company while enjoying the heat radiating from the fireplace. You can't help but take hearty gulps of soup in between spoonfuls of chicken. Just as your belly is beginning to feel full, you notice that there's only a few pieces of carrot left. You scoop up the last of the warm goodness and put it into your mouth. A perfect ending to a perfect meal. Fred seems to be done with the soup as well, drinking the last of the broth before sighing pleasantly. Man, that was wonderful. And thank you so much, Fred. You're very welcome. I'm glad you liked it. Fred grins as he stretches his arms above his head, doing his best to hide a deep yawn. Hey man, you alright? Yeah man, don't worry, just a little bit tired. Is what Jenny said true, by the way? What part? That you've been sleeping on that old chair for the past 4 nights? Yeah, but I'm alright. It's a really comfy chair. Fred looks away while covering his mouth as he yawns uncontrollably. He looks back at you with a pair of bloodshot eyes. If I didn't know any better, I'd think you're part raccoon. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Your eyes have dark rings under them, and you look absolutely exhausted. Are you sure you weren't digging in the trash cans the past few nights? What do you think was in the soup? You roll your eyes at the German Shepherd, and he chuckles in response. Let's go to bed, dork. The mattress is big enough for the both of us. Huh? You sure? I mean, at Kathy's we didn't have a choice, but... This isn't Titanic, Jack. There's enough space on the mattress for both of us. You look into Fred's eyes with a small grin. For once, he's the one turning red. I mean, unless you don't want to. Let's go to sleep. That's what I thought. We can clean up in the morning. It's bedtime. Agreed. Let me help you up. Fred grabs your bowl and places both ceramic dishes on the table. You extend your arm out and let him pull you onto your feet. Alright, Chad. 1, 2, 3. He lifts you up, your legs nearly giving out instantly. You put your arm around his neck while he holds onto your side. What about the chimney? Don't worry. It's already just embers now. It will put out by itself. Alright. The two of you carefully make your way to the room, turning off all the lights along the way. You both enter the bedroom about to collapse from exhaustion. Fred carefully drops you off onto the mattress. You yawn as you unzip your pants and take off your shirt, leaving both on the floor. You had your clothes for less time than you were in the shower, and you're already naked again. Oh, shut up. Ha ha ha. You scoot yourself onto the side against the wall and get comfortable among the blankets. Fred wastes no time in stripping all his clothes off, everything except his boxers at least. He turns off the lights and walks back to the mattress. Fred lifts up a blanket and slides in. You can feel his soft fur rubbing against your leg. Okay, I can, hide the, I just realized that the, Rannoch thing was here the entire time. Yeah. I needed this. You good, Chad? Need anything? No. This is perfect, thank you. I agree. I'm glad you're okay. I was afraid of losing you again. Fred, I'm glad to be here with you. If it wasn't for you caring about me, I'd be dead. I don't know anyone who would have taken care of me for 4 days like you did. Yeah. Being with you feels like the good old days again. I never thought it'd feel so complete again. I can never thank you enough, Fred. Thank you for being there. You can hear Fred sob under his breath. You roll over and face the man, placing your hand on his chest and hugging him. You're the best man I've ever met, Fred. Aw, Chad. His voice cracks for a second before he turns over a little towards you. He wraps his arms behind your neck and holds you close to his chest. I'm sorry I've been so heartless to you. Or as Jenny would say, been such a bitch to you. Fred chuckles a little bit in between his sobs. You never deserved what I said or did to you. You're too good to me. I feel horrible that I treated my only friend so horribly. Come on, Chad. What about Thony and Kathy? They're your friends too. Yeah, I guess you're right. And what about Jenny, too? Oh, right, Jenny. But she's my boss. Nah, Chad, she really cares about you. And don't say she's your boss in front of her unless you want your ass beaten again. Oh my god, you bitch. Fred wipes off his tears as you turn around to face the wall again. Thank you, man. I needed it. Fred lets out a big yawn again. Anything for you. You feel a bitter chill sweep across your back. Tonight is colder than the other nights, right? I don't know. I was sleeping for the other nights. Oh shoot, I'm stupid. You're right. Nah, you're all good. I mean, you shouldn't have problems with it, right? You're a German Shepherd, after all. Your fur must be really thick and warm around this time of the year, while mine is really short and thin. Yeah, I'm basically a walking furnace. If you're feeling cold, we could, you know. If you mean snuggling, yes, but only because it's getting really damn cold. Yeah, just for survival purposes. You smile. This is fucking adorable. You feel him get as close to you as he can before he holds you against his body from behind. You can feel his firm pecs, muscular abs, and his package firmly rubbing against your back. This is beginning to feel like heaven. You can't help but turn red. You hold onto his arm, placing his massive hand close to your chest as you hug it. Who would have thought? Who knew survival would feel so nice? Fred lets out a chuckle before holding onto you even tighter. You can't help but fall in love with his warmth. You wish you could sleep like this every night. You close your heavy eyes and breathe out pleasantly. You can feel Fred's breathing on the back of your neck. It's soothing enough to lull you to sleep. A moment like this couldn't get any better. You soon fall into a deep sleep. The warmth from earlier begins to fade away, replaced by a cold breeze and the sound of rustling trees. The scent of wet dirt and rain fills your lungs, making you feel a strange peace. A cool wind whips through the branches, causing the leaves to rustle all around you. The chirping of crickets, croaking frogs, and raindrops hitting the ground finally gets you to open your eyes. Hang on, I think I have an idea on how Jenny would do it. Hang on. She would just be like... Ooh. And then just text Chad a bunch of eggplant emojis or something. Jesus Christ. I need to make that. I need to make that now. Hang on, let me just... Will this kill the stream? Maybe. Who knows? There we go. Let's just place that here. I'll find a way to actually make the Jenny Poggers face later. The night sky greets you as the moon's light kisses your fur and the trees around you. You look up to see the source of your light shining fully like a beacon. You smile, grateful for the moon's glorious presence. The soft glow makes the mountains gleam in the distance. You can see their reflections on the lake's shifting water. You look around you, seeing you're surrounded by fireflies. Your brethren dance around you, their songs floating in the wind. Their sweet music, the glory of the moon, and the scent of rain. It's perfect. You can ask for nothing more. A soft breeze kisses your fur as it passes by you. You gently dig one of your hands into the moist soil. It tickles you the deeper you go. Slowly, you lift up a handful of earth, playfully letting it fall back to the ground. What's this? What could it be? You rub your thumb with your other fingers. There's something hard hiding in what little dirt you have left. You place a small object in another hand, lifting it close to your eyes. As a cloud moves in front of the moon, you can still see the object perfectly. It's a stone? Stone? Indeed, it's a stone. A piece of earth that has traveled hundreds of miles for thousands of years, growing smaller and smaller with every rainfall, once a boulder. Now a stone. Stone. You hold it firmly, happy that your speech has been improving. As you raise your hand once again, you can see a ring of barren skin around your wrist. The fur looks like it was ripped out. You look at your other hand and it's missing hair as well. Did something happen? What does this mean? You try to touch it. Your skin tingles with pain, but it doesn't feel real, almost like it's a memory in the back of your mind. What is causing this feeling? Does it have to do with the gash on your head? You move your hand close to it, but maybe we shouldn't touch it. But what is it? Maybe touching it a little will be okay. If it hurts, we'll stop touching it. That is logic. You hear some footsteps coming from behind. Heavy steps stamp on old branches, snapping them with little regard for silence. Fallen leaves suffer the same fate, or are pushed aside like forgotten memories. You look behind you and find a towering figure walking towards you. Whoever is approaching you, their massive physique seems to be shrouded by a thick robe. Hey, it's time to go back. The big figure walks towards you and crouches down next to you. What do you have there? Stone? Yes, a stone. Well said. You're getting the hang of this like it's nothing. I am? Of course. You didn't mess up and you didn't need my help at all. You're doing good. Let's keep it up, okay? You can't help but feel a flutter of joy at the man's kind words. He's really nice to us. You smile as you play with the stone, rolling it in your palms and feeling its cool surface on your skin. The big figure stands up with a relieved sigh. Come on, it's time for us to go back. He shoots out his arms towards you, but you spot something from the corner of your eye. Your heart pounds like a war drum as you see something familiar. A metal pipe coming down onto your skull. No! The sudden movement of the man makes you throw yourself back away from him, landing on your rear. You crawl on your arms and legs to get away, but find yourself backed up against a tree. You shield your head with your arms, curling up into a ball as you feel tears beginning to form. Whoa, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. The man's voice is as calming as a flowing river. He seems just as calm as he was earlier. Look at me. You know I'm not going to hurt you, right? You sit still for a couple of seconds, your eyes clenched shut. Feel a soft hand rub against your arm, making sure not to touch your wrist. You slowly lower your arms and open your eyes, your heartbeat beginning to normalize. You notice his hand is completely empty, waiting for you to accept it. He seemingly wants to pick you up. The man smiles warmly as you begin to reach towards him. You grasp his hand slowly, and he returns the favor by softly closing his fist. Despite the immense strength in his arms, he gently lifts you off the ground and onto your feet. Thank you. You're welcome, and you dropped this. The man loosens his grip and hands you the stone you were playing with. We wouldn't want to forget this now, would we? You nod happily, the stone now warm to the touch. I'm sorry. What are you sorry about? I forgot your name. Call me Sentinel. Sentinel? Just like that. You got it. Now, let's get going. Chad. Hey, Chad. You feel yourself lose your grip on reality as everything begins to fade away. Hey man, come on. A familiar voice rings through your ears, waking you up from your endless slumber. Chad, breakfast is ready. A soft hand begins to nudge your shoulder, getting stronger with every push. You relent and open your heavy eyes, being greeted by warm rays of light and a golden-furred man looking over you. Once you sit up from your bed, you stretch out your arms and feel a burst of energy run through you. You feel great. It's almost as if yesterday never happened. You look up to Fred, who's crouching next to you with a warm smile, seemingly content from your newfound vigor. You smile back at him, slightly embarrassed. Good morning. Good morning. Or should I say, wood morning. What? It takes you a second to get the joke. You look at your crotch just in case. The coast is clear. Dude, fuck off. You shake your head with a smirk, smacking his shoulder with a pillow. You owed me one. The big German shepherd looks at you with a warm smile while chuckling. Breakfast is ready. Take as much time as you need and come downstairs when you're ready. Fred pats your shoulder twice. You smile back with a nod. Alright, I'll be right there. Cool. Fred stands up from next to the bed, making his way to the door with a spring in his step. You cover your mouth as you yawn. The temptation to go back to sleep is massive, but you resist the siren's call and stay awake. You try to recollect yourself, rubbing your eyes while thinking back on that dream. Again with these weird dreams. It was pitch black, but clear as day. How could I see everything so clearly? How did I know that place? And who was that man that was with me? I've seen those robes before, but I barely remember where. You do your best to imagine the man from the dream. His stature was enormous, but he was so kind. The more you try to think, the less you're able to recall. Should I tell Fred about this? I know he wants to help me, so it makes sense that he knows about my weird dreams. Maybe later. You take a short breath and find the energy to push past the sheets and quickly stand on your feet. Whoa! You feel the world spin as the blood rushes to your head. You nearly fall over until you lean on the wall. Your dizziness slowly begins to fade away. Once it's over, you start putting on your clothes and leave the room. You walk to the bathroom across the hall, walking to the sink. You turn on the faucet and splash some water onto your face. The cold water is enough to kill off any remaining morning wood you had left. Once you're done with the sink, you aim your weapon at the toilet basin and do your thing. With a flush and a shake, you're done in the bathroom. You walk out of the small room and down the short corridor, a wooden door marking the exit. You twist open the knob and are greeted by a set of stairs leading to the floor below. You take the stairs headed down, leaning your hand on the old wooden handrail. Each step creaks and groans under your weight, growing weak from years of use. That, or you've somehow gotten heavier during your coma. At the bottom of the dimly lit staircase, you're greeted by a dusty wooden door, much like the one you just exited from. You open the door and walk down a similar hallway, landing at a final set of stairs. There isn't much to admire on the worn-out walls, the only pattering present being the wood grain. Upon reaching the bottom, you're greeted by more doors, 3 to be precise. Who designed this place? A minotaur? Kinda wish Fred would have stuck around, because I'm lost. The door to your left is next to a window. You can see some grass and shrubbery just beyond the pane of glass. You look at your last 2 options. The door in the center seems a little worse for wear. Video game logic dictates that the right door is usually the correct choice. You place your hand on the brass knob, turning and pulling it open to find the cafe. You look around and find Fred sitting at the bar, a stern-looking Jenny on the other side. The smiling German shepherd motions for you to come over, patting the chair next to him. You walk over towards your designated place while being a target of Jenny's cold stare. Morning. Before I... Save it. To say Jenny is mad may be an understatement. I don't want to hear it. But in fact, I don't want to hear anything from you. Until you... Jenny reaches for something under the bar counter, exactly where she keeps her hammer. Jenny, wait! Until you eat this! That went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick. Within the blink of an eye, Jenny holds a small paper bag in front of your face. Hiya! Wait, what? I got you some breakfast, dummy! What? You thought I was mad at you? You look at Fred with a confused look. He instantly bursts out laughing, followed by Jenny. But I need to apologize. For what? What do you mean for what? That whole slap thing that happened. Slap thing? You slapped me. Oh, did I? Yes. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, you kinda deserved it. Okay, but what? You want another one? Jenny raises her hand before giving it a kiss. No, I'm good, thank you. But I really did deserve that slap. I'm sorry. Chad, it's all good. Last night was bad, but it's in the past, okay? Fred and I already talked about it, and everything is okay. Especially after the bed service you gave him last night. You know what? Fuck it, I'm bringing in part of it. Actually, let me just, Okay. Okay, is this gonna kill the stream? I hope it doesn't. Fuck. Hang on. Jenny gives you a wink before blowing a kiss. What do they talk about? Bed service? She's yanking your chain, don't you worry. Fred gives an amused smirk while shaking his head. The man almost seems disappointed there wasn't any bed service to speak of. With that out of the way, we can talk about it later if you want, but for now, you need some food in you. I already prepared everything with Mr. Lorenzo. We're going to see Thony. Wait, really? A brilliant smile rises on your face. The thought of you seeing the small kitten feels like a light at the end of the tunnel. Jenny's nod is all the confirmation you need. Hell yes! Also, you guys know Mr. Lorenzo? Who doesn't? That old geezer is older than this town. Yeah, he's been at that school for years now. He became the principal after you know. Oh, I see. Well, what's the plan? Is Mr. Lorenzo on our side? Alright, so, when we're done eating and getting ready, we're going to head to the school. We've got to hide as the kids are coming into the school, especially when Thony's dad arrives. From what we've seen, he tends to just drop off Thony and leave immediately. Mr. Lorenzo said that after his dad leaves, we can talk to Thony. Normally, no one is allowed into the school during class hours, but the old guy was nice enough to give us special permission. Sounds pretty easy, right? Yeah, but can we really trust Mr. Lorenzo? What? I mean, we're getting let into the school based on what information? This doesn't seem too convenient. You look at Jenny, who's slowly raising her hand again menacingly. Come on, Chad. Do you think we wouldn't think about that kind of stuff? We've known him for years, and he's always been a gentleman to us. Plus, when we mentioned you, he was actually pretty happy. Really? Yeah, he seemed to really be fond of you. I guess he knows how much you care about Thony. That's fair. Hopefully everything goes okay. When did you guys set this up? Well, we weren't busy with the cafe anymore. So we figured while we're waiting for your recovery, we need to get some things in order. Yeah. Jenny stayed here with you while I went over to the school. Mr. Lorenzo and I spoke for a few minutes, but he was pretty receptive. Alright, but you guys specifically set up the meeting for today? Yeah, why? Did you guys count me in? Of course, you're part of the team. How did you guys know I was going to wake up today, though? I figured you'd be recovered by now, that a few days was all you needed. But, in any case, we would have gone without you anyways. Yeah, we need to help Kathy and Thony out as soon as possible. Food is fuel, now shut up and eat your breakfast! You nod your head and chuckle, happy that you may get to see Thony. Pulling open the paper bag reveals a breakfast sandwich wrapped in paper. The crisp, buttery toast releases a satisfying crunch as you bite into it. You're hit by sudden tanginess from the mayo-drenched eggs, but the smooth texture strikes a nice balance. I swear to God, Jenny can see into the future. It's okay. The food itself is good, but you wish you were eating with Kathy and Thony as well. The reality of their situation sours the taste of an otherwise great meal. The thought of you, Fred, and Jenny eating with the two of them is kinda nice, though. Jenny begging Kathy for coffee expertise, you and Thony talking about video games, Fred cooking up something in the kitchen. Despite the pain of not having them here, the thought of seeing them again makes you smile. You drink your coffee with renewed vigor. Obviously, we're going to halt progress on the cafe. Sadly, that means I can't really pay you. You're too injured to be working. There's no way in hell I am going to let your situation get worse just for some money. But I'm all good now. You try to strike a pose, but a piercing pain takes your breath away. You smile through it anyways, but the rabbit shakes her head with a concerned look. No way! You and I both know you're not fully healed. You can pretend to be all fine and dandy, but those injuries aren't going to fade away in just a few days. I'm not going to take any more chances, not to mention being sued for labor abuse wouldn't be very cool. Why would I sue you? I don't know, man. I just want to make sure you're fully recovered. He already is, or he will be soon. You look at Fred with a puzzled look. He was cool as a cucumber. He still hasn't answered why he didn't take me to a hospital. You nod with a shaky breath, believing Fred must have had a good reason. You finish up your sandwich with a smile. Thank you very much. You guys ready to go? Yeah, we were waiting for you. Let's go. The three of you get up from your seats, hurriedly making your way to the entrance of the cafe. We're gonna leave off here tonight. Step 1 of the plan is now in effect. Right? Actually, let me check it right now. Aww. It's not out yet. Sad. Very sad. Let me check the Twitter. Yeah, sad. Sad it's not out yet. Right? I can't wait to see what the fuck's going on over there. Not much else can be said, so stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.